Hello friends, welcome to Light Classes. If you're watching my video, please like and subscribe my channel. Now, in this video, we are going to see the fluid mosaic model. Fluid mosaic model is the most accepted model of plasma membrane. This model was given by the Singer and Nicholson. These were the two scientists, Singer and Nicholson, who given this model, fluid mosaic model. A membrane consists of mosaic of patterns in a fluid lipid bilayer, most accepted model of plasma membrane. So, this model was given by Singer and Nicholson. This scientist has given this fluid mosaic model. This membrane consists of a mosaic of protein discontinuously embedded in a fluid lipid bilayer. Now first we are going to see the structure of fluid mosaic model, then we are going to see the explanation. So here you can see the structure of fluid mosaic model. This is the structure of fluid mosaic model. Here you can see the proteins. These are the round shape structures are the proteins. There were three types: intrinsic protein, extrinsic protein and the tunnel protein. Here you can see the intrinsic protein which is embedded between the hydrophilic head and hydrophobic tail. Extrinsic proteins are at the peripheral region, so known as the peripheral proteins, and the tunnel proteins are at from first means the upper to the lower layer of plasma membrane, so known as a tunnel protein. Here you can see the lipid anchor protein. Here you can see the lipid anchor protein which is attached to the hydrophilic head with the help of covalent bond. This is glycoprotein. Here you can see the small rounded structure attached on the lipid anchor protein is known as a glycoprotein. Here you can see the glycolipid. Here the Ni are formed due to the double bond. Ni are the form. Here you can see the Ni are formed because due to double bond. Here you can see the cholesterol lipid which gives the fluidity to the cell membrane or the plasma membrane. This cholesterol or the lipids gives fluidity to the membrane. Now if we want to see the structure of this hydrophilic head and hydrophobic tail means phospholipid, then this rounded structure head means hydrophilic head is of phosphate. This Ni are of fatty acid. It is unsaturated, means the phospholipid formed by the unsaturated fatty acids, and these fatty acids provide fluidity to the cell membrane. This fatty acid provide fluidity to membrane or cell membrane. Okay, and the role of this cholesterol lipid is also to give fluidity to the membrane. Okay, fluidity to membrane. This was the structure of fluid mosaic model given by the Singer and Nicholson. Now we will see the description of this model. Okay, as we know that this fluid mosaic model is given by the Singer and Nicholson, these two scientists. Now we will write the description. Plasma membrane is a semi-fluid in nature. As we know that, then we will write here plasma membrane is semi-fluid in nature. Semi-fluid in nature. Now we will write here the phospholipids and the intrinsic proteins forms a mosaic pattern. Mosaic pattern means what? A design pattern. So we will write here the phospholipids and intrinsic proteins form a mosaic pattern. Mosaic pattern means what? A design like pattern. Now, the phospholipid components of a cell membrane providing a fluidity to membrane means we will write here phospholipid or cholesterol provide fluidity to membrane. Phospholipids or the cholesterol provides fluidity to the membrane. Fluid part is formed by the phospholipids, and these phospholipids are formed by the unsaturated fatty acid. Phospholipids are formed by unsaturated fatty acids. Okay, and proteins are present in the form of iceberg in seas of lipids. And the proteins are present in the form of iceberg in the seas of lipids. So we will write here proteins are present in the form of iceberg. Okay. Now proteins are embedded in the phospholipids. As we know that proteins are embedded in the phospholipids. Now the position of protein shows by the Singer and Nicholson is totally different from the Robertson's model. As Robertson shows that the upper layer and the lower layer is of protein and the middle layer is of phospholipid, but the position of protein is different shown by the Singer and Nicholson. So we will write position of proteins is different shown by Singer and Nicholson than Robertson. Okay, the position of proteins are different. Now we will see what is extrinsic protein and the intrinsic protein, and as well as the tunnel protein. So we will make points. First, extrinsic proteins. What is extrinsic proteins? Extrinsic proteins are the peripheral proteins. They are present on the periphery and can be removed easily. These extrinsic proteins are the peripheral proteins, or we can say it as a peripheral proteins. Peripheral proteins. They are present. Why they are known as a peripheral protein? Because they are present at the periphery. Present at the periphery and can remove easily. easily. And the second one we will see, it is a intrinsic protein. Intrinsic proteins are also known as integral proteins. They cannot be removed easily because they are the stable protein. So we will write here intrinsic proteins, or these intrinsic proteins are also known as integral proteins. Integral protein because they cannot remove easily. They are the stable proteins. And the last protein is a tunnel protein, the largest protein in the fluid mosaic model, or the plasma membrane, present in the plasma membrane. We will write here the third. It is a tunnel protein. This tunnel protein present on one end of the plasma membrane to the another end of the plasma membrane, called as a tunnel protein. Example, porine. This protein present at one end of plasma membrane to another end of plasma membrane, and this protein is known as a tunnel protein. We will write here example, porine. Okay. Now we will see the last point, that is a flip-flop movement in the plasma membrane. But in fluid mosaic model, this flip-flop movement is not allowed, because the meaning of flip-flop movement is the intrinsic proteins move from one lipid layer to the another lipid layer. But in case of fluid mosaic model, this intrinsic protein cannot move from one lipid layer to another lipid layer. So we will write here flip-flop movement. This movement is not allowed in fluid mosaic model. So we will write here not allowed in fluid mosaic model. Means we will write here the intrinsic proteins are not moved or cannot move from one lipid layer to other or another lipid layer. Okay. So this was the structure of fluid mosaic model. So we have seen the structure of fluid mosaic model. Once we will relook. Here you can see the structure of fluid mosaic model. Here you can see the glycolipids and glycoproteins. Here you can see the intrinsic protein embedded in the hydrophilic head and hydrophobic tail. Here you can see the tunnel protein. It present from the one end of the plasma membrane to the another end. Here you can see the extrinsic protein, which are present at the periphery, so known as a peripheral protein. Here the cholesterol or the lipids are present, which gives fluidity to the membrane. Here the hydrophobic head and hydrophilic tail are present, and knee is present because the due to double bond. And here where the lipid anchor protein is present or attached to the hydrophilic head, it is due to the covalent bond. So this was the structure of fluid mosaic model. And if you want to see this, then the head, hydrophilic head, is of phosphate and the hydrophobic tail is of a fatty acid, which is made up of unsaturated fatty acids. So this was the structure of fluid mosaic model. Now we are going to see the functions of fluid mosaic model, okay, or the functions of plasma membrane. Now we are going to see the functions of plasma membrane or the cell membrane. So we will write here functions of plasma membrane or cell membrane. Now first function of plasma membrane or the cell membrane is transport, active transport. First we are going to see the active transport, then we are going to see the passive transport. Active transport, active transport. Active transport means what? Chemical energies are required because substance move from low concentration to high concentration. Means the substance are moving against the diffusion gradient. So we will write here energy required. Substance move from low to high concentration. Means substance moving against diffusion gradient. This is a active transport, means it requires a chemical energy, means substance move from low concentration to high concentration and the substance are moving against the diffusion gradient. So this is the active transport role of plasma membrane. Now we are going to see next passive transport. Passive transport. Passive transport means do not require energy. In passive transport, they do not require energy. We will write here do not require energy. Means what? The substance transport or moves from high concentration to low concentration. Substance move from high concentration to low concentration, okay? Means here substance are moving along concentration gradient. Substance moving along concentration gradient. Okay. So this was the active transport function of plasma membrane and passive transport. Now the third function of plasma membrane or the cell membrane is exocytosis. Exocytosis means what? Exit of substance from the cell. Exocytosis means what? Exit of substance from cell. And fourth one is endocytosis, means the intake of or entry of substance inside the cell. Endocytosis. Endocytosis means what? The entry of substance inside the cell. Entry of substance inside the cell. Inside the cell. Means entry of substance inside the cell is of two types, pinocytosis and phagocytosis. Pinocytosis means the intake of fluid substance, and phagocytosis means engulf of solid particles, means cell drinking and cell eating. Pinocytosis and phagocytosis are the endocytosis, type of endocytosis. Now we are going to see endocytosis. There were two types of endocytosis. First, pinocytosis. Another one is phagocytosis. Phagocytosis. Pinocytosis is a cell drinking, and phagocytosis is cell eating. Means what? Intake. Pinocytosis means the intake of fluid substance, fluid or the liquid substance inside the cell, and phagocytosis means engulf of solid particle, engulf of solid particles inside the cell. So this were the function of plasma membrane: active transport, passive transport, exocytosis, endocytosis. In endocytosis, pinocytosis and phagocytosis. The next function of plasma membrane is exchange of gases. Exchange of gases. Exchange of gases. It helps, means plasma membrane is helpful in exchange of gases in the cell. It is helpful in exchange of gases. Exchange of gases in cell. Selectively permeable. Plasma membrane is selectively permeable. Means what? We will see. Selectively permeable. Selectively permeable means it allows certain selective particles to pass through it. Not all substance can pass through plasma membrane. Means we will write some selective particles can pass through plasma membrane. Pass through plasma membrane or the cell membrane. Okay, plasma membrane. And the last function of plasma membrane is cell to cell recognition. Means heart cell is just going to transfer to the heart, and the liver cells can transfer to the liver. Means it doesn't happen that the heart cell are going to transfer to the liver cells. No. Cell to cell recognition. Cell to cell recognition means what? Heart cell transfer to heart, and liver cell transfer to liver. Means we cannot pass heart cell to liver cell and liver cells to heart cell. Here we can say that glycoproteins and glycolipids are also present in the cell membrane. So these were the functions of plasma membrane or the cell membrane. First we have seen the active transport, passive transport, exocytosis, endocytosis means pinocytosis, and phagocytosis. Now exchange of gases, selectively permeable, cell to cell recognition. So this was the functions of plasma membrane. So thank you friends for watching my video. Thanks.